Good morning, YouTube family. I am back with another video. This is something that was on my mind to share because I was called forward to help a friend. And then I realized that you all are my friends. If you're here, if you're with me, if you are seeing me just as much as I'm communicating with you, then we're like family and friends now. And I felt that because people often respond in relation to each other, then a lot of times many of you are experiencing some of the same things that I may be experiencing, or that a person I call my friend may be experiencing. So let me share with you what I shared with her. And it is that heaven and hell are frequencies in themselves. I like to acknowledge that frequency and energy and vibration, when you think of the world and the universe in terms of these things, then it makes everything very clear. And this is something that Tesla used to rave about as well. He was like, when you understand frequency and energy and vibration, then everything becomes clear to you. Things are no longer a mystery. You begin to understand the underlying factors that create our reality. And it couldn't be further from the truth. So, I have experienced people create hell for themselves, and everything can exist right here, right now on this plane, because this is designed for the experience of our thoughts and perceptions. And so it's all about perception. And with that being said, I'm letting you know that this is my perception, this is my interpretation of reality, and you can either vibe with me or not. But if you vibe with me, I'm just going to let you know I'm going to always put out positive information that is going to lift you and not put you down. So it is a frequency, it is a vibe. And I create my heaven according to my thoughts and my perceptions and my ideas of who and what I am. And that is creating in the likeness of God, Goddess. That is creating in the image of your creator. That is you creating you. And the best way to put this is the thoughts and ideas that you have about yourself matter more than anyone else's. Because if you feel like you're broken, if you feel that you are suffering and you just wake up every day feeling like there's nothing more to live for, scenarios will be created to give you exactly that experience. This is power. And many times we give our power away to others. We allow their opinions and ideas to affect us because we buy into what they say about who we are and what we are. But you can't allow that, because then you become a victim. A victim does not have the power to change their reality or their circumstances. And I believe that's why so many images on TV are shown of us as being the victims, because it is just another way of trying to pull us into that victim energy, that victim mentality. But you got to rise above that nature, that animal nature. To rise above nature is to become supernatural, is to become God, is to become Goddess. And this is something that the ancient Egyptians used to show us. And I will do another video, but they weren't worshiping foreign gods. They weren't worshiping anything outside of what they already were. But there are parts of our brain and images of our brain from different viewpoints that show a lot of what they portrayed as God and goddesses. And you just have to trust me on this until I'm able to do a video to show you. But basically, if you look at, say, the brain from underneath, you will see images of what Egyptian gods portray or Egyptian people portray as their gods and goddesses. But it's nothing more than what's already inside of you. And they show you that different parts and different angles and different perspectives of how you see yourself, whether it's physically or spiritually or mentally, that they become something and they can be used to create your reality. You just have to know how to create a perspective that works for you and not against you. So I say that heaven and hell are frequencies because depending on how you perceive the phenomena around you, then your cells pretty much act as your genies. They say, okay, your wish is my command. And once a thought is energized with feeling and emotion, it becomes a hormone. And once it's in the bloodstream and it's a hormone, it affects how you see things from the inside out. And what's projected outside of you is your reality. But you can't change it from the outside in. You have to change it from the inside out. You can't change the reflection in the mirror from the mirror. You have to change the person that's looking in the mirror. Only then can you see a different reflection. And so I encourage you to stop putting curses on yourself. What's a curse? Curse words are not words like shit, fuck, damn. Those are distractions. Everything around you can be a distraction if you allow it to. Curse words are words that limit you, like I can't, I don't, it's not. These are words that can limit your ability to express yourself in the image of you being that person that you really want to be. They can limit you from having a fulfilling life, a life of gratitude, and really being able to appreciate what this world really is. And it's just a platform for you to work your magic, but you got to learn how your magic works in order to control it. And so I say to you, suffering is a condition based on the frequency that you're in, based on your vibration. And other people who are on that vibration, they will suffer right along with you. People who are above that will be strangers. They will be distant. You won't even see them because you won't be in their field of view, because they're attracting people on their frequency and their vibration. That's why they say birds of a feather flock together. Millionaires hang out with millionaires. Billionaires hang out with billionaires. And the list goes on. A-list actors, B-list actors, C-list actors. They're given names, or basically they're given descriptions for a reason. And that's because these people are so good at what they do. Musicians, artists, they get paid based on their abilities to pull you into their frequencies. And sometimes their frequencies are not, they're not creating the ideal universe to live in. You don't want to listen to sad songs. You don't want to listen to anyone going through relationship problems. Because if you listen to the words in a song, if you look at the images on TV, they can pull you in and make you feel what they feel. This is matching their energy, their vibration, whether it's real or not. These actors are not who they portray themselves on TV. They're living a whole different lifestyle outside of that. But they are being used for their gifts by, you can say, whomever they're being used by, whether it's the Matrix, which just means womb in Latin. This whole universe is a giant womb, and you already know that wombs give life to things. They are incubators. They put fire into the mix, and they forge ideas and concepts and creations. They forge seeds to become humans. They forge ideas to become living realities. And this is your womb that you're living in. But you can get pulled into something that you really don't want to be in. You can be pulled into a reality that you're not really wanting to live. And the only way to get out of it is to learn how frequencies work and to learn that you are in control, or have you given someone else the power to control what manifests in your reality. Giving your power away is so easy, and people don't realize this. Just buying into what someone else says is giving your power away. Then you're creating a hell for yourself. Can you rise up out of hell? Hell, yes, you can. You can rise up once you change the idea about who and what you are. You can rise out of any situation. And depression is one of the lowest stages that you can get in right before you decide that life is not worth living, and then a situation will come to take you away. And you'll start all over again. Will you remember? No, you won't. Do you remember dying? You don't. Some of you do. Some of you do. Some of you remember past lives. Some of you have the ability to remember that. And that's when your vibration is high enough to be able to defy time. Okay? To defy the concept of time. Because everything around you is a concept. Again, your cells are the genies. They listen to one master, and there should be no God above the one that's in your head. That is the only God. Your body responds to that God. And that's why if your mind is not in alignment with who and what you want to be, then you create a hell for that God. You create a dream for that God that God can't wake up from. And the cells, your wish is my command is all they say. So they give you the physical correspondence to that frequency. And that's what you see reflected on the outside of your eyes, your suns, your black suns, your black holes. That's a whole nother video. But just letting you know that everything that you are is dependent upon what you choose, your will. Is your will strong enough? Is your will your command, or is it someone else's? Again, the only voice that your body responds to is yours. And is someone else giving you that voice? Are they giving you the thoughts that you have about yourself? Are they saying that you're worthless? Are you buying into the fact that someone else doesn't respect you, doesn't love you, doesn't do the things for you that you expect them to do? Well, expectations are a form of control. You have to let go of expectations that you have for other people, because putting expectations on them is asking to be disappointed. It's asking to be let down, because it's not their responsibility to follow your command, just as well as it's not your responsibility to follow theirs. You can't live up to other people's expectations. You have to set your own. And then you have to put in the work to reach those expectations that you have. And only then can you attract others who are on that same page and have the same expectations for themselves as you have for you. Only then can you meet your match. Can you meet the person that you want? And many of you are with people that are reflections of you. You are living a reflective life through the person that you're with. But if you don't see yourself as that person, then you're manipulating yourself, because many ancient books and passages teach about self-reflection when they say to judge another is to condemn yourself, because you are essentially looking at a reflection of you. And that reflection can be in the form of depression. That reflection can be in the form of anxiety. Yes, you have people around you that resemble what your anxiety attacks feel like. You have people around you that are a reflection of the insecurities that you have. And it's only until you acknowledge yourself and take time to slow down and listen and feel who you really are and examine the thoughts that you have, will you be able to acknowledge them and take responsibility for them. Once you take responsibility for your actions and your thoughts and your behavior, you are no longer a victim. You have arrived, because now you have the power to control them. And that's what allows you to rise up out of hell into heaven. Because heaven is about exemplifying your power. It's about walking in your power and your excellence. every single day, every moment, and being aware of it. There's nothing more beautiful than being aware that you're creating everything around you and that you're in control. That is ultimate power. It's not about money, fame, prestige. It's about having control over your own life. And that's all I have for you today. That's what I wanted to say. I'm glad it came out. Hopefully you can vibe with this message. If you don't vibe with it, that's okay. You'll get there. But if you do feel something, then tap the follow, tap the bell so that you can stay on top of, I guess, what's going on with me. I really appreciate you watching, and thank you.